what if the ultimate existential trap isn't a physical cage, but like a math equation your brain just forgot how to solve? Welcome to today's deep dive.
Yeah, it's basically a rescue mission for your mind, honestly.
Right. So we're taking Shakespeare's famous to be or not to be soliloquy and running it through this radical modern framework called the Pramod Effect.
Okay, let's unpack this, because Hamlet's dilemma isn't just, tragic poetry.
No, not at all.
It's the Elizabethan equivalent of modern boardroom decision paralysis.
Exactly. And to cure that paralysis, we really have to look at the disease causing it, which is, well, binary thinking. I mean, Hamlet frames his entire existence as this impossible either or choice, right?
Right. To be means enduring a life of suffering, and not to be is just escaping into the terrifying unknown.
Yeah, the undiscovered country.
So it's like being paralyzed between enduring this miserable, soul-crushing job and stepping into total, terrifying unemployment. You just freeze.
You do freeze, because when we frame reality as an either-or choice, we create a closed question in our minds. It virtually guarantees suffering.
Because we assume the unknown, the not-to-be, is just a horrific, silent emptiness.
Yes, exactly. The human brain, well, it really can't process that kind of void, so it traps you in agonizing indecision.
So you're stuck choosing between a known pain and an unknown terror. How do we break out of that?
Well, this brings us to Dr. Pramod Ambadasrao Pawar's mathematical escape hatch. He argues we can break out of this binary paralysis using a very specific formula.
Okay.
It goes 1 minus 1 equals 0 equals 1.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting, but I have to push back hard here.
Yeah.
Wait, 0 equals 1. How does nothingness suddenly become everything?
I know, it sounds crazy.
Like if I have one apple and take away one apple, I have 0 apples. I don't magically get a new apple.
Fair point. I mean, in basic arithmetic, you'd be absolutely right. But Dr. Power is using this math to map energy and state changes.
Oh, okay.
Think of the first one as your initial state, say, holding on to that miserable job you mentioned.
Right.
The minus one is the opposing force, so quitting. When they collide, they neutralize to reach 0.
But nothingness.
Well, in this framework, 0 isn't an empty void at all. Dr. Power expresses this with another equation, mt squared equals 0.
Wait, hold on. Matter multiplied by time squared equals 0? Again, what does that actually mean for my career choices or, my daily life?
So think of it like a spinning top. The matter and time are in motion, right?
Yeah.
They're spinning so fast that the top appears completely still. That 0 is what he calls Zeroness.
Zeroness, okay.
Right, it's a still center of pure potential. It looks empty, but it actually contains all the kinetic energy of the spinning top.
Oh, wow. So Hamlet's not to be isn't an empty void then. It's actually transformation.
Exactly. The collision of opposites creates a blank slate, which allows a brand new unity to emerge.
And that's the final one in the formula.
That's the final one, yes.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? I mean, how do you actually use this cosmic math to solve your daily decision fatigue? We can't just spin like a top.
Right. Well, there is a practical 6-step neutralization process to actually do this. Hamlet failed because he stopped at step 1.
Which was just identifying the binary options and staring at them.
Yep, exactly. Just staring at the problem. But step 2 is realizing both options are actually made of the same stuff. The Sorts calls this presence is absence.
Okay, got it.
Then steps 3 and 4 involve actively detaching your ego from the outcome. You observe the conflict without judging one side as good and the other as bad.
And steps 5 and 6.
Step 5 is neutralizing the emotional charge.
Reaching that Zeroness or still center.
Exactly. And finally, step 6 is taking action from that place of clarity rather than acting out of fear.
So when you realize the miserable job and the unemployment are just different energetic states of your career journey, you basically stop fighting them.
You do.
I see. So your own personal sea of troubles isn't a massive external attack you have to violently fight off.
Yeah.
It's more like a knot in a muscle. You don't cut the muscle out, you massage it until the tension integrates back into the tissue.
That's a perfect way to visualize it. You stop being a victim of fate and start consciously aligning with a unified flow.
Which our sources call the cosmoflux continuum.
Yes, exactly. The real world isn't actually a fragmented set of agonizing either-or choices. It is a unified cosmoflux continuum.
You don't have to choose the trap. You can just do the math. But I want to leave you with one final totally mind-bending idea from our sources to chew on today.
Oh, the Trans-Deconstruction concept.
Yes, it's this concept called Trans-Deconstruction. It argues that an author's soul never truly dies.
Right. It lives on eternally in the superconsciousness of their text.
Exactly. The creation literally holds the living energy of the creator. So, if every choice you make and every binary you navigate leaves a living energy pattern behind in this universe, well, what kind of immortal text are you writing with your actions today?